I was told this story about this guy. His grandmother had passed away, and anyway, this is a few days later, and he's hanging out with his grandfather, and he said, "I'll make you some coffee, Pepaw. You know, let me make you some coffee." And this Pepaw says, "I don't like coffee." He's like, "I've been watching you drink coffee my whole life." He's like, "Well, I always drank it because your grandma drank it." Yeah, the Screaming song. I wrote that when my nephew was born 4 years ago, and my sister had a long labor. It was like 10 to 12 hours, and and you know, my family's in there 10 to 15 deep, taking care of her and excited about the baby. And here comes the baby, and I, you know, he comes out beautiful and crying, and my thoughts were, you know, with her. But I was thinking about how lonely and terrifying and beautiful and wondrous, but also, I don't know, just ultimately lonely being born is and must be, and there must be a reason we don't remember it. You know, I think it's got to be too much. Dawn in the Distance came from, you know, a low point in my life, or certainly an undecided point. And I think that certainly came through lyrically, but sonically too, where the United State is ultimately about love and joy. And I think from top to bottom, that's what shines through. I think if I was in a valley with the last record, I'm on top of the mountain now. It's literally the sequences of life, you know. Um, I did that thinking about what we all have in common. You know, the roots of all country and blues and American music and folk music is uh, all these things. They've been mined and explored to death. You know, love and death and these heavy things. But we have all those things in common. There's a reason these songs across genre resonate and have for, you know, hundreds of years. It's got to be love. I mean, it's got to be love. I know that sounds so cliche. The reason it sounds so cliche is we know that that's the case, and that's what we're all writing about. It's all some facet of it, but the struggle is in dealing with love and trying to, you know, wrangle that and you know, throw a lasso around that twister.